Hi Gemini, welcome to your week ahead Taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, my readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant signs. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Gemini, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they speak to you. With that said, before we start, as always, I would like to bless my deck of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your key to the week this week, you've got the Hierophant card. In this deck it's actually called Faith, and I love that. It's a nice change, right? So this week you are being asked to have faith. In what area of your life do you feel like something is maybe not working, something's maybe a little bit lacking? This week you are being invited to have your, not even to have your faith tested, because it looks like it's already being tested. So this basically says this week you need to push past that moment where you feel like, oh, you know what, I'm not sure this is going to happen, or maybe even that you feel a challenge, right? Maybe even if for some of you, you feel like a higher power, and it doesn't have to be, you know, like a higher power. It could be a boss, it could be an authority figure of some sort. Whatever the challenge might be, this suggests that you are overcoming it through the power of your faith. And more importantly, this suggests to me as well that this week you might find yourself going up against an institution or going against something that is set down, where you say, actually, you know what, this needs to change because it's antiquated. And fair play to you. If you are new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and this resonates, hit the subscribe button. If you are already a continued subby, you know Rafi loves you. All right, so for your foundation of the reading, you've got the Ace of Cups. Your faith is rewarded this week, right? So hang on in there is the message that I get from this. I absolutely love the Ace of Cups because it always suggests that there's a new start on the horizon, one that speaks to literally your heart's desire. All right, so for your actions and options this week, you have the Hierophant card. So you got a double hit of this energy. Remember, sometimes it's not necessarily the authority or the institution that we go up against. It's the authority and the institution that we decide to become in the face of adversity. This week, it's literally about you owning your power and saying, okay, if I can't find what I need out there in the world to support me, then I will build it my damn self. I absolutely love this for you. For some of you, this could be a week where you're deciding to become your own boss. For some of you, this could be where you are interacting with, you know, bigger institutions, banks, building societies, you know, local authorities and governments in some way, shape or form. The fact that you have this in your actions and options as well, it looks like some of you are filing some sort of paperwork this week. Something that takes a lot of brain power. It's a good job that you have lots of it. But yeah, going to be a very interesting week. For your communications and conversations, you have the Devil card. The one thing that I will caution you against this week is giving away all of your secrets. The reason I say this is Gemini is super talkative, super communicative. You guys love to share ideas and bounce things around. Not everybody that wants to hear your stuff wants to hear it to congratulate you. Sometimes they want to hear it so that they can steal it and or appropriate it. So especially where you've got things like intellectual property and stuff, this week I would be careful about what you're saying and to who, especially if you're having conversations with people that are in superior positions. So for those of you that work for somebody else, cut out the middleman this week, go straight to the boss with your good idea or with your next steps in some regard. You could be challenged by an authority figure this week, which for some of you might lead to you saying, you know what, this, I'm out, I'm going to create my own business, I'm going to start my own thing. For those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, this week, keep your cards close to your chest, all right? I just want you to be cautious about where you share your ideas and who you share them with, right? Unless these people are what we call tribe, and I mean real tribe, not just, you know, random people that agree with the posts that you put on Facebook. I'm talking about people that you know are tribe. Unless they're that, you don't share your ideas this week. For those of you that are retired or no longer working for any reason, overindulgence could be a little bit of a problem this week. So you just need to be aware of that. You might take it overboard as well, like with an opinion that you have. I'm not saying that it's right, I'm not saying that it's wrong, but you might find that you get some resistance or some pushback from it. So just be aware that that energy is floating around, all right? For your love and relations, you've got the Tower card right underneath the Hierophant. I actually think this is an interruption. Every so often, if you've been with me long enough, you know this happens. Every so often, a set of cards will come through, and when I read them, I'm like, that's not for the sign, it's for the world. We are about to see the fall of a public figure this week. I don't know whether this is that they're passing away or that there's going to be some big sort of scandal, but it's going to be likely big, and it will likely have something to do with the love life. So recently here in the UK, we had Matt Hancock being seen cheating on his wife, kissing his aide, which quite frankly was a smokescreen for him wanting to quit his job. That's what happens here in the UK. When somebody's had enough of the job that they're doing, a scandal hits and then they say, I need to leave my job because of it. So very interesting, but I think this is going to be a big one because it looks like it's happening on the wider world stage. So be aware that there's going to be some secrets dropped this week for sure. Now, when it comes to your love and relations, for those of you that are partnered or married, remember the Hierophant card represents marriage. So, you know, the thing that is traditional, that, you know, binding legal commitment. The Tower card represents divorce. I'm not saying that you guys are getting divorced this week, but it does look like a week where, for those of you that have been in challenges with your partner, something about the relationship is either coming up for a review this week where it has to be fixed, or it has to be released or let go of. Now, that's not going to be all of you. Another way that this could show up as well, you might be really surprised at something that you want or that you need, and that you say to your partner, like maybe you're saying, look, actually, you know what? This is where I want things to go. And they're kind of like, wow, okay, I didn't realize you felt so strongly or so passionately about this. For those of you that are single, quite frankly, the Tower card can introduce you to somebody that smacks you straight between the eyes. You couple that with the Hierophant card and the double energy of that. There's two ways that this could show up, because you've got the Devil card in the mix. One, this could literally be somebody that is older than you, that's in a position of authority. Because you've got the Devil card in the comms and convos, it may be that it's taboo for you to date this person, whether that's because of the age gap, whether it's because they are your boss, whether there's something about the relationship that could be frowned upon by society's standards, which I think is a load of bollocks anyway, completely. Anyway, I digress. So just something to think of. And the other thing, because the Devil card is involved here, this might be somebody that doesn't necessarily have the best influence on you. So just be aware of that. For your money and materials, you have the Two of Swords. All right, so when it comes to the finances, this week you are going to have to be discerning about where you're spending the money for something. I would be very cautious about anything that you're investing in this week, especially if it's coming from outside information. You just want to make sure that you're checking in with yourself to say, like, actually, does this feel like the right move for me at this moment in time? When it comes to the home and environment, the Two of Swords does suggest that there will be a release of something this week. And then finally, for your health and vitality, the Two of Swords is your kidneys and a part of your liver. So I would, this week, remember what I said to you about overindulgence? That energy is going to be rife this week. So if you're planning to overindulge, at least have a day where you can detox after. All right, with that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.